All right. You might want your blocks around. If you usually use blocks, it's always nice to have them. So it's such an exciting time, isn't it? So we're gonna do a meditation at the end that gives you a new skill to learn how to calm yourself down. It's called the five finger meditation. But I don't know if you guys remember, but last week, remember I told you one of the wisest things you can say is I don't know. I just saw an article in the New York Times about measuring your emotional intelligence by how often you use the term I don't know. Because knowing what we don't know really is a way of showing your own wisdom. Isn't that so interesting? Even my teacher who's got 3 PhDs from Harvard, he says, when the toilet breaks, he says, I know I don't know how to fix that. I know I need a plumber. So that's last week's theme. This week's theme was something else, but I thought it was something to think about. We don't know what's going to be. We don't know. So, and also we don't know if maybe there's something good in it. It might turn out to be good things that we think are bad at this moment. So let's just stay open and stay with the I don't know, and remembering that life is a mystery, right? So take your hands to your lap, sit up tall, draw your shoulder blades back, extend from the center of your heart out and wide with your belly back, close your eyes and notice your breath. This is a time to come deep into your body, not only physically, but mentally, spiritually, reconnecting. And as you begin to deepen your breath, I want you to take it all the way up and feel the breath expand you, not only from pelvic floor to collarbones, but from the center of your chest out and wide. Big full inhale. And as you exhale, allow the breath to release. Until you find a rhythm of your breath. Because it's ultimately in this breath that we come to control those arbitrary thoughts that come from our ego mind, our more reactive mind, that we think are us, but it's not really us. We can reason with that voice, with our higher sense. But we have to catch it first with this breath. Then slowly open your eyes. Take your chin to your chest and get a nice stretch in the back of your shoulders. Take your shoulder blades down. And then inhale, tip your chin up. Exhale once again, tip your chin down. Hold it there just for the count of 3 or 4. And then all the way up. Take your right ear to your right shoulder. You can even take your right hand to the floor. And inhale back to center. I hope you guys slept well last night, but just in case you didn't, exhale your left ear to your left shoulder. Take your right shoulder down. And yet stretch. Good. And inhale back to center. Take your arms to T now and your arm bones back. Imagine there's something round and soft in your palms that you're squeezing. And I just want you to make arm circles first with your arms. Just circle your arms and move with your breath and just notice the sensations in your body. I don't know if you did Megan's class. It was really wicked. Great. So this is going to be just kind of a little bit different. We're going to do all kinds of things here. And then roll your shoulders, roll your arms the other way. Bigger, a little bit bigger now. Yeah, right into your back. Then take your arms to T, take your right hand to the floor and reach all the way over to the right. Oh, yeah. Inhale back to center and exhale to your left and all the way over to the left. So we're lengthening. Inhale to center. Only move with the breath. The exhales, you ground. The inhales, you come back to center. Last one, exhale. And inhale. Oh yeah, lift your heart. Take your left hand to your right knee, your right fingerprints behind you. So you're on the fingertips of your fingers. So your right palm is lifted and you take your right shoulder up and back and then twist towards your right, looking over your right shoulder. Oh yeah. And keeping the left ribs rolling to the right, look over your left shoulder and tip your chin up and down, and just keep your chin down just a little bit, just to feel that stretch in the right shoulder. Yeah. Inhale all the way back to center. Gloriously, I don't know what's going to be, and then you twist to your left. Keeping your right hand, allowing your right hand around your knee to coax your right ribs more to the left. Oh yeah. Now look to your right. Tip your chin up. And then tip your chin down, just kind of hold it there, get a nice stretch there. Oh, yummy. Big breath there. We hold a lot of tension there, a lot of I don't knows. And in that space of I don't know, sometimes we add a bunch of worries. It's not going to do you any good. So inhale all the way back to center, extend your arms all the way up, and make your way through table pose, hands and knees. Take a few cats and cows just to adjust your spine and just see if there's anything in there that's a little tight, that's a little sore, that's just, just needs to be defrosted. And moving with the breath, inhale and exhale, looking at your belly, keeping the belly back. Just notice the rhythm of your breath. Good. With your toes curled under, take a few half circles, right and left. Yeah, I like to stretch our feet always. Oh, yeah. And come back to center. Extend your right leg back behind you, lifting it up, and extend your left arm in front of you. The belly lifts and extend, but keep the left armpit drawing back. So even though we've done this so many times, this is the time we're doing it now. Can you hear your breath in your ears? Can you stay present and calm with the breath? That's always a good question, right? Then take your left hand to the floor. Pivot your right foot behind you as you come sideways. Your bottom left shin is going to roll behind you. And lift your left ribs up, opening up your heart, opening up to the unknown. Maybe you'll extend your right arm up and over your ear. Maybe you won't, it depends on your shoulder. And maybe you'll lift your right leg up. So it takes some effort. Yeah, let's just warm it up by tapping and lifting your right toes. Exhale and inhale. Exhale. Exhale. One last time. Inhale, lift, and bend your right knee. We can never get into our quad enough. So if you can't find, either to take a strap or not to worry about it, but just open your heart and press your foot back if you're bound. Get a nice big stretch in the right quad. Big breath, lean back. Nice. Make your way back to the balance and take your right hand back to the floor. Take your right foot directly out to the right. Curl your back left toes under. Make sure you're on the tiptoes so you know how to do this. And then you're going to roll your inner thigh bones back and just start to sit back onto your left. You'll get a big stretch, lowering your heart. Just see where you get. You might take your right foot directly out to the right, moving forward. See where you need to go. Yeah. Lower your heart, lower your chest. And then inhale back to center using all that. Stepping your right foot onto the mat. Circle your arms all the way up, lifting tall. Exhale your right hand down your right leg, reaching all the way over. Really experience, see what it feels like. Inhale back to center. Now you're going to exhale to the left, and either your left hand will hover, you'll take a block, or you'll take your left hand to the floor. And you can reach all the way over. Oh, yeah. Inhale. We're going to need our greatest effort to be present these days. So really exhale and see how deep you can go to the right. Big inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Last time, right and left. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale back to center. And exhale all the way over to the right, to the left. Inhale back to center. Now with your belly drawn back, take your hands back to the floor. Step your right foot. We're going to be here a lot in this space, so I want you to feel what it feels like to really step your right foot down and have your right shin perpendicular to the earth. And tip your right thigh bone out. Just tip it out and see what that feels like. Coming onto the pinky side edge of your right foot. Maybe you'll soften your chest. Maybe you'll soften your heart. So like I said, we will be here again. It'll be more interesting though. Good. Then come all the way back to center. Curl your back left toes under. Lift your back left knee. Lift and lower, getting into your hips. Oh, yeah. And step your left foot just a little bit forward and wide, so your legs are wide apart. And start to lengthen both your legs long, feeling the stretch in the back of the right hamstring. Keeping your right outer hip back. Close your eyes. Take a breath. And in the end, it'll all be okay. It will be. You just forget sometimes. Step your right foot into the earth. Step it down. Lift your left leg all the way up. Lift it up. Lift the belly up. Soften your chest. And step your left foot beside your right. Forward fold. Now you're going to take your hands to the front of your shins. Press your feet down about hip width apart. Inhale all the way up. Inhale, shoulder blades up and back. Exhale and fold, belly back. Release your head at the back, the bottom of the exhale. And then inhale. The back of your head leads the way up, shoulder blades back. Exhale. Inhale. Nice. Last time, exhale. Inhale all the way up. Good. Shoulder blades back and down. Widen your stance just a little bit and take your right toes out to the right, about 40 degrees. And you're going to twist your torso to the right. And take your hands down the outer edge of your right leg. Exhale down. Inhale up. So you should feel it in your left side of your body. Exhale down. Good. Inhale up. Hear your breath in your ears. Feel your feet really grounding the heels and the base of the big toe. Last time, all the way up. Now come all the way down. You might want your blocks here because you're going to pivot your right toes directly out to the right. Widen your stance and then flex your front right ankle. So you're going to flex it. You might need to soften both knees, but just see where it goes. You should feel it very intensely in the back of the right shin. You can even imagine you're taking your right heel back. Big full breath here. Oh, yeah. And take your right heel back to the floor. Walk your feet back through center. Feet parallel. Inhale now, circle your arms all the way up. And take your palms together to your heart center. And release. Now you're going to pivot your left toes out to the left, about 40 degrees, and twist your torso that way also. Exhale your hands down the outer edge of your left leg. And inhale all the way back up. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more times, just like that, getting into the hip flexors. The belly's back. And I want you to, again, notice how you're feeling. See if you can stay present without any opinions. Just notice with a sense of beginner's mind. Now take your hands to your blocks or the floor, widen your stance, and you're going to flex your left ankle and widen your toes. You might need to soften both knees. You'll see where you can need to go in order to get a really huge stretch in the back of your left shin, the back of your left hamstrings, Keep your left hip drawing back. Good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that should feel so good. And then make your way back, pivoting your feet to center. Circle your arms all the way up. Bring your palms together to your heart center and release. Now I want to get into our shoulders. So you're going to take your right elbow back. Right elbow all the way back, as far back as it'll go. And then exhale, soften your knees, twist to your left, and imagine you're pulling up something waiting as you draw it back. So you really open your heart. Exhale to the mystery. Inhale, open-hearted. Exhale. Inhale. Now finish with a twist to your right. Exhale. So there's a lot of movement here. Inhale. Exhale. This is so good for your shoulder too. Let's do one more. Exhale, because a lot of the stuff you do in the weights classes torque the shoulder. You have to really keep the shoulder blade back. Come back to center and release. Notice that your right shoulder is further back than your left. This is what we want on both sides. So now take your left elbow back. So you feel the scapula hug to the spine, the belly back. Huge hearted intention, and then exhale, soften your knees. Twist to your right. Inhale, pull the elbow back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Now, on the next inhale, you're going to pull it back and find the twist. Exhale. Inhale. Find that twist. Let's take two more just like that. The left side seems to get the shorter shrift. Last one, all the way back, twist, 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 and release. Now I want you to feel what it feels like to have both shoulders back and your heart open, and this is where I want you to be when you're standing. All right, so now we're gonna come into more action. Inhale, circle your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Oh yeah. Inhale, look halfway up. Things should be warmed up now. So step back to plank. Keep your belly lifted. Your knees up or down, but belly's always engaged. And then lower either your knees or your chest first. Make sure your hands are beside your upper ribs. Shoulder blades back. Lift your heart. First one, cobra or up dog. Then curl your toes under, keeping your knees onto the floor. Take your hips back and lift your knees. Let your knees just hover. Maybe a little pulse, lifting your hips from the belly so the belly lifts. No rush and not easy. It's not easy sometimes to say, I don't know. Right? Then slide your bum up and lengthen your legs long. Walk your dog and notice your breath. Good. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Come to the tiptoes of your left foot. Good. Now take your left heel to the floor. Round your back and take your right knee to your nose. Exhale. Now inhale, extend your right leg back and see if your left heel stays close to the earth. Then step your right foot forward and lower your left knee to the floor. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. First one, lift your heart. And now you're going to take your right shin forward, getting a nice stretch in your hips. And lifting the sides of your body long. This is called Anjane Asana. This is really sacred. Then come back to center. Exhale your hands to the floor and step back to down dog. Good. You can do this in table too, guys, so make sure you know that, you remember. Lift your left leg up behind you. Come to the tiptoes of your right foot. Then take your right heel to the floor, round your back, take your left knee towards your nose. Inhale, extend your left leg all the way back. Exhale, step your left foot forward, lowering your right knee. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up and come deep in that lunge. First one, lift your heart, lift your chest. Oh yeah. Then come back to center. Take your hands to the floor and step back to dog. Now you can do these in table, right? Lift your right leg, tiptoes of the left. Left heel down, round your back, knee to nose. Inhale your right leg back. Exhale, step your right foot forward, lower your left knee to the floor. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. This time you're going to interlace your fingers and aim your first two fingers up to the ceiling, like Charlie's Angel. Lift your outer arm bones back, lift your heart. Come deep into that space. Oh yeah, lift up. Oh yeah. Come back to center. Take your hands to the floor. Curl your left toes under and make your way back to down dog. Left leg up, tiptoes of the right. Exhale, right heel down, round your back, knee to nose. Inhale your left leg back. Exhale, step your left foot forward, lower your right knee to the floor. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Charlie's Angel fingers, lifting up, outer elbows back, lift up. Stay deep as you can. Oh yeah. Inhale back to center. Take your hands back to the floor. And step back to dog or table, whatever suits you. Right. Right leg up. So now we're just going to keep the left heel down. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Lower your left knee to the floor. Keeping your left heel grounded. Extend your right arm all the way up. Open your heart, lean back. You feel that breath? Now bend your right elbow. Take your right knuckles behind you, really opening up your shoulder. Good. Now use the belly muscles back to come all the way up, extending your left arm all the way up so you're in a twist. Then take your palms together to your heart center. Take your left elbow outside the right thigh. Oh yeah, and open it up, open it up. Oh, yum. This should feel good. Take a breath. Then gaze down. Take your left hand back to the floor. Curl your back, left toes under, coming back into the lunge. Now you're going to extend your right arm all the way up. Ooh, yeah. Now we're going to do this. This is core work. On the exhale, you're going to take your right hand and tap your back left foot, lifting the belly and exhale. And then inhale all the way back up. You can do this in table. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, tap your thigh bone, lift the belly. Inhale. Two more times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale all the way back up. Lean back, open it up. Big breath. Exhale your right hand back to the floor and back to down dog. This is the last one on the left, guys. So see if you can release your right heel toward the floor and lift your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Lower your right knee. Take your right hand to the floor. Lift your left arm all the way up. Find a nice big twist. Shoulder blades are back, remember? So you lean back and you feel the scapula hugging your spine. Stay connected to your breath and the belly back. Bend your left elbow and take your left knuckles behind you. Really reach the left shoulder back. You should be able to take a big breath here. Then pressing your shin and your knee down, come all the way up. Good, and you can find a little side bend. Take your palms together and twist to your left, taking your right elbow outside the left thigh, opening it up, opening it up. Big breath here. Oh, you should feel warmed up here, guys. Gaze down. Take your hands to the floor. Curl your back right toes under, lifting the back right knee. And extend your left arm up, remember? Now, as you exhale, you're gonna lift your belly and tap your back right thigh bone. And inhale all the way up, open it up, lean back, find the fullest. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Maybe we'll take 3 more. Exhale. Last one. Open it up, oh, lean back. Take your left hand back to the floor, lower your right knee, make your way through table pose and into child pose. Oh yeah. So you should feel nice and cooked up. Oh yeah. Keep your shoulder blades back and take a few big full breaths here. Oh yeah. And come back to table pose, hands and knees. So I don't like to do a whole lot of chaturangas. I like to have our belly back and do shoulder work separately. So curl your toes under, keep the shoulder blades hugging together, just like we did with the arm bones back, and make your way into down dog. Good. Widen your stance almost as wide as your mat, taking your hips back, and start to walk your hands back toward your feet. Oh, yeah. Now you're going to grab your right shin with your left hand, and you're going to pull your shin in, but your shin bone and your foot's going to slide out. And you're going to extend your right arm all the way out, maybe lengthening your legs a little longer, getting a little deeper in those hammies. Oh, yeah. Exhale. Now cross your hands, grab both shins, pull your shins in, but imagine your feet are sliding wide as if your feet want to widen the mat. You'll feel a lift in the pelvic floor. We already turned on the belly. Drop back and then come a little deeper. Keep holding your shins in as your shins slide out and wide. Good. Then extend your left arm all the way out to the left. Open it up. Find that last side twist. And release. Start walking your hands back forward into down dog. Good. And now heel toe, your feet to your hands. Heel toe, heel toe. Good. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Exhale, palms together to your heart center and release. I already feel so much looser. I hope you guys do too. Bend your knees deep and take your hips back. So your shins come forward, the hips draw back. Circle your arms up to start. Now take your arms back with the palms up. Come onto the tiptoes of your feet. And maybe you'll come a little deeper. Maybe a little deeper. Lift your arms up. Find that edge. You can do this. Yeah, you can. Good. And then inhale all the way back up. Exhale, full forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, either step back to dog or take a half vinyasa, whatever is your pleasure. But meet us in dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, take your right knee towards your nose. That's for your core. Inhale all the way back. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Come into crescent warrior. I like to walk my hands back to readjust my weight on my feet. And then circle your arms all the way up. Oh yeah. Bend your back left knee. You're going to get into that left quad. Take your right hip back. And now you can extend your back, left leg long, but stay low in the hips. Exhale and tip. Inhale back to center. Exhale and dip. Inhale and lift. Exhale and tip. Inhale back to center. Last time, exhale, extend, exhale, and all the way up to center. And then make your way into warrior two. Good. Now, you can extend your right arm up, bend the right elbow, as if you're trying to tap the back of your right shoulder. And you're going to take your left hand to your right elbow and just kind of coax the elbow towards your head and down. And stay deep in that lunge. Woo! This should feel a little like, Take the back of your head back, make sure your head's not dipping forward. You should get into a nice stretch in your shoulders. Big full breath. Oh yeah. Now make your way back to warrior two. Now your right shoulder should feel pretty far back. Exhale your right forearm to your right thigh. Lift your right ribs up and come deep, come low. Lift low with your hips. But the right ribs lift up. Good. Take your left hand to your left hip. Soften your knees, take your hips back. And now you're going to lengthen both legs long and make your way into a triangle pose. Oh yeah. You don't even need your arms. You can extend your arms nice and long if you choose. But your right hand is not dumping anywhere. It's just nice and lifted. Take your breath. Good. Exhale, gaze down, take your hand to the floor, and step back to dogs. Oh yeah, good. Inhale, lift your left leg, keeping your right heel grounded, if it's available. Now exhale, out, round your back, nose to nose. We'll do core work as we always do, but every pose is core work, guys. Exhale, step your left foot forward, crescent warrior, circle your arms all the way up. Now bend your right knee and let's just sit there, taking the left hip back, feeling a bit of a burn in the back right quad. Lift your heart. Exhale, extend, and you'll tip forward. Inhale back to center. Exhale and dip, left hip back. Extend, stay low. Exhale and dip. Inhale back to center. Exhale, dip, take your left hip back and extend. And now tip the top of the pelvis. You can really feel the core here. And make your way right into warrior two. Good. Check out your left toes. Make sure they're directly out to the left. Now you can extend your left arm up to the ceiling. Tap the back of your left shoulder with your left hand. Take your right hand to your left elbow, coaxing the elbow closer to your ear and down your back. And just lift your heart. So your center of the pelvis uplifts, your spine is that antenna lifting up. Pelvic floor lifts, but from the pelvis down, oh, there's a lot of low. Good. Make your way back to warrior two. Oh, all that open-heartedness. Yes, it's gonna be okay. Take your left forearm to your left thigh, lift the left ribs up. Extend your right arm if you choose. Good. Keep the left ribs lifting and rolling forward. Good. Now, soften your knees, take your hips back. Extend both legs long. Oh, so much so that you don't need any weight in your left hand. The left ribs are lifting you. Find your breath here. Good. Take your hands to the floor and step your right foot forward beside your left forward fold. Ooh, yeah. And just kind of sweep your torso. You can even grab the opposite elbows with the opposite hands. I like to sweep my hands and then take my hands over to the right and reach my left outer hip back. I think it feels good. And I don't hear, I can see your faces and I don't get any feedback, so I'm hoping that it feels good for you too. And then sweep to your left. Take your right outer hip back. Oh, yeah. And all the way back to center. Bend your knees, circle your arms all the way up, Utkatasana. Okay, so now this is the deep dive, this is the last standing series. Take your palms together, twist to your right, keep your left hip back and your left knee in line with the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to your left, keeping your right hip back. Inhale back to center. Exhale, roll forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step back to dog or take that half vinyasa, whatever is your pleasure, because you didn't burn out your shoulders. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot forward, prepare for crescent warrior. Inhale, circle your arms up. Exhale, dip the back left knee, keeping the right hip back. And then extend. Exhale and dip. Now we're going to take off. Take your arms to T. Bring your weight into your right foot, lifting your left leg up. Maybe you'll stay right here. This is really awesome, awesome. If you want to come deeper, lift your left knee up towards your chest. You have to look at something that's not moving. You can hold on to your left knee or not. And lastly, if you have something to hold on to, it's nice. You're going to cross your left ankle over the right thigh. And I think they call it gentleman's, I call it Ekapada Utkatasana, but maybe gentleman's seat is better. I don't know. Maybe looking at something that's not moving is a good idea. And fall into it. Fall out of it and fall into it. Oh, yeah. Really open the hip if you're in this pose, whether you're holding on to something or not. All the way up into warrior two. So I'm going to go this side. Your right toes are forward. Take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, lift your heart. Glorious open. Exhale and dip. Good. Keep your inner thigh bones back. Inhale all the way up to center. Exhale your right forearm to your right thigh, lifting the right ribs and reaching lower in your hips. Take an extra breath here to really experience this. Then take your left hand to your left hip and make your way to triangle. Good. Take your left hand to the floor now. Shorten your stance and widen your feet. So your feet on railroad tracks. And you're shortening your stance. Take your left hand to your block or the floor. Keep your right outer hip back. You can even soften your knees if you need. And take your right arm out to the right. But you want to roll your left ribs to the right. I don't care how far your right arm goes. Soften both your knees and then extend them long. See where they go. Take a breath. Good. Oh, yeah. And release. And step all the way back to down dog. Last standing series, guys. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, take your left knee towards your chest. Maybe you can keep your right heel pretty grounded. Inhale, extend your left leg all the way back. Exhale, step your left foot forward, crescent warrior. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Now we're really ready to jump into the mystery. Bend your right knee, get into that right quad, keep your left hip back. Then extend. Take your arms to T, start to tip forward, and you'll see where you take off. Maybe you'll keep tapping your right foot. Maybe you'll lift your right leg up and stay right there. That's pretty awesome. And if you want to go any further, you can lift your right knee up towards your chest. You can hold on to your right knee. Or you can cross your right ankle over your left thigh, taking your left shin forward and your hips back. I'm a little tippy today. I wonder why. I think I need a good meditation. Okay, step all the way back to warrior two. Now check out your warrior two. The shoulder blades are back, your left toes are directly forward. Take your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale and dip. Keeping your inner thigh bones and your bum reaching back as your heart slides forward. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale your left forearm to your left thigh, lifting the left ribs and rolling them forward. Taking a breath here to lower your hips. No pose is just regular. Every pose, every moment is new. Right? Then make your way into your triangle pose, however you choose to do that. But notice the breath, keeping the left ribs lifted. Good. Exhale your hands to the floor. Shorten your stance and make sure your feet are wide. Take your left outer hip back. It's a big space to take the left hip back. And then extend your left arm out to the left. I have to readjust my feet and open it up. Oh, yum. Big full breath. Oh, yeah. And release. Step into your left foot. Lift your right leg up. Bend both your knees, and now you're going to take your right knee just outside your left foot and come to seated. Or come to seated, and we're going to come into this twist. So my left foot is on top. Make sure your left knee is aiming up to the ceiling. Yeah? So hug your shins to sit up tall. I take my left hand to my right waist and just massage my belly out to the left. Taking my right elbow outside. Oh, the thigh bone gets deep twisting. Oh, yeah. It feels good to me. I hope it feels good to you guys too. Close your eyes and hear your breath. Now come to change sides. There's two options. You can take your hands to the right. Your feet both stay where they're at. You watching, guys? Now, to change sides, all you have to do is walk your hands behind you and bend your knees, and it will come so that your right knee's on top. Or you can just take your legs straight and put your right knee on top. Stepping your right foot outside your left thigh. I can only see Peggy and Linda's head, but they look like they're done moving. Okay. Take your right hand. I really appreciate seeing you guys. Take your right hand to your outer left belly and roll it out to the right. Oh yeah. And either hug your shin or take your left elbow outside the right side, looking over your right shoulder. Keep the breaths nice and deep. And all the way back to center. Draw your knees into your chest, round your back. So now I want you to come into your variation of boat. But before we do that, I want you to make sure you round your low back. So this is a nice straight back, which is beautiful. But for this, I want you to make a little cat in your low back. And I want you to look at your belly. You've done this many times. You're going to exhale through your mouth, that fire breath. And I want you to do that about 5 times. So look at your belly. You're going to draw your belly back with every exhale. The inhales come from your ribs. So from your lower rib all the way up to your, actually your collarbone. Ready? One more. Keep your belly back. Take your hands behind you. And as you exhale, you're going to lift your knees to your chest and exhale and tip. And inhale, tip. Exhale, lift. So when we do core work, when you exhale through your mouth and draw your belly back, it creates an environment where the muscles can really draw back. You can feel that. And so you get a lot of power in there with not, you don't have to do it for too long. Good. How about 5 more, guys? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, hold it, hold it. If you can hold it. And release. And then draw your knees to your chest and roll all the way onto your back. Take some knee circles. We're not quite done with core work yet, guys. So take some knee circles here. Oh, notice how lucky you are to have that breath. Aren't we lucky? We're here, we're breathing. Now, if you can take your shins parallel to the floor, that's really awesome. If that's too much, take your toes to the floor. That's awesome too. However you choose to do it, take the top of your pelvis back. And notice how just by tipping the pelvis back, the belly engaged, and so does the pelvic floor. Isn't that awesome? I think it's awesome. So you can take your hands behind your head, keeping the shoulder blades together, elbows back, or you can take your arms on either side, because we're just going to do the transverse. So as you exhale, you can take your elbow to the opposite knee, inhale back, exhale, inhale back. Or you can take your hands out, exhale, inhale back, exhale. You find your way, but it's slow because it's moving with the yoga breath. Make sure you take your elbows both back on the inhale when you come back. Exhale to lift. Inhale, elbows back. Arm bones back if your arms are straight. How about 5 more, guys? Starting now. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. That was awesome. Great. And all the way back to center. There's not any muscles we're going to miss today, forever, I hope. Okay, take your feet back to the floor, walk your shoulder blades back, and I want you just to open your hips, taking the soles of your feet together. Yeah. Now with the pinky side edges of your feet down, imagine they're stuck and you're pulling them up towards you. You'll feel a little contraction in your hip.
I want you to keep that. Draw the belly back, lift the pelvic floor, keeping that hugging in, lengthen your thigh bones long. Oh, yum, it's really toned. Now walk your shoulder blades together. Keep your upper arms on the floor, and as you exhale, you're going to lift your hips. So right from the whole back side of your body, and lower, and lift, and hover, and lift, and hover, and lift. Your knees are wide, and lift, and hover, lift. Good. Lift. Now find little pulses up, up. This is for the whole back side of your body. 5, 4. You don't have to do a whole lot of chaturangas to get your back toned, the whole back side of your body toned. You don't. Lift, hold it, and all the way back down. Good. Now take your hands under your thigh bones, lifting the thigh bones, stepping your feet to the floor. Now we're going to come into a traditional bridge. Your shoulder blades are hugged together. The top of the pelvis is tipped back, and the belly is nice and engaged. As you press your upper arms down, lift your hips, and notice if you get a little bit more lift than you thought. Maybe walk your feet back towards your shoulders and lift a little forward. And then exhale slowly down. And then inhale, lift. And exhale slowly to the hover. And lift. 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 Hold it, hold it, hold it. Nice. All the way back down to the third floor. Draw your knees to your chest. Oh, goodness. Okay. And circle your legs to the right. And then to the left. Now take your knees all the way over to the right into a spinal twist. I like to move my hips to the left when I twist my knees to the right, and roll the shoulder girdle to the left. If you want, you can extend your top left leg and you might get a little bit more stretch. If that's what you need, you can just feel what it feels like. It should feel really nice. Then come back to center. Let's slide my bum to the right just a little bit. Lift your knees and drop them to the left. Rolling your shoulder girdle to the right. Maybe you'll extend your top right leg nice and long if you like. You see if it feels right for you. You'll feel it in your low back, your hip. And come up to center. We'll take a very short Shavasana before we prepare for meditation. So walk your shoulder blades together, lifting your heart. Extend your legs long and wide on your mat. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. And take rest. slowly roll your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, extend your arms up over your head. Exhale through your mouth. Draw your knees to your chest and roll to your right side. And just be there for a moment. And then make your way to a comfortable seat on your mat. Bring your palms together to your heart center. It's hard living in the mystery, but that's where we always are. Life is a mystery. We don't know what's going to be next. So we say, I don't know. And we have an open heart and an open mind. The light in me honors that light in you. Namaste. Great. Guys, I'm going to turn off the recording.